So I've been really enjoying Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, which released yesterday, May 28th. I do have a few little gripes with it, but it's not the day one patch yet, so I don't know exactly what's coming in that. But in this video, I'll just be covering the one core mechanic itself that I have a problem with. And it just doesn't make much sense, and I'm pretty sure that they'll change it in the future. And that mechanic we're talking about today is the cotton candy cocooning mechanic. If you play Clown in the game, you have two weapons. You have your cotton candy gun, which you can wrap people up in cotton candy with, also block off exits with. Once you wrap people up, you can carry them to machines, hook them up. You get more NPCs spawned on the map, shorter cooldowns on your abilities. You could also find cotton candy cocoons just around the map to carry to the generators, so it doesn't have to be a player that you cocoon. And then once you have 16 cocoons on the generators, the Clown Apocalypse, the end game, comes early. But that's a lot to do. That's a lot to, you gotta go chase people down, cocoon them, hook them up. All just for like 16 of them, which is rare to ever happen. I don't think I've ever actually encountered hooking 16 and triggering the Clown Apocalypse early. So it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do for basically nothing. The Clown Apocalypse happens regardless of the match. Once the match has 30 seconds left in it, the Clown Apocalypse happens anyways. So there's really no point of cocooning people. My most successful rounds as Clown in the game have been just straight up using my weapon, not my cotton candy gun, and just killing everyone. I got a 7k. I got 11,000 points. The next person closest to that amount of points as me was 4,000. There's so much that goes against you wanting to cotton candy, cocoon people, and hook them up to generators. Let me just go down a little list right now. First off, it takes a long time. The cotton candy, as you wrap people up in it, they could just run away, and then it like decays off of them very quickly. They'll be like 50% wrapped up, and then 1 second later they'll be at 0%, so you have to restart the entire process. The popcorn bazooka exists in the game. That weapon is insane. Not only does it do someone like the highest damage for it's not a bazooka, it's more like a shotgun honestly, but it does so much damage close up. But on top of that, it highlights people through walls. You shoot them with it, it tracks them, they leave a popcorn trail. They also just have a full-on highlight through walls. So that's a great weapon. It doesn't involve cotton candy cocooning anyone. That weapon also breaks down doors instantly, which is really cool. Getting 7 kills guarantees a win. It just straight up guarantees a win. If all 7 people are dead, you win as Clown. But cocooning people over and over allows for rescues to happen. People can go up to the cotton candy, whether they're on a generator or just you leave them on the ground. People can go up, unwrap them from it. You also, when you cotton candy cocoon people, if they have a knife, any sort of sharp weapon, a fire axe, a fire poker, they can just press a button and get straight out of the cocoon. I've done it. It just stuns all the clowns around you as well. So if you see someone with one of those weapons, or if they could have them in their pocket, you don't know. Or I'm pretty sure even if they have nothing in their inventory and you cocoon them, and someone that's dead playing mini games for them that wins them a fire axe or a knife or something, pretty sure if that dead person gives it to them in their inventory, they can use it to break out of the cocoon. Not too sure on that, but it should work that way. That's how the items and mini games and all that work. On top of all that, you also have to carry the people over. Once you cocoon them, you gotta like toss them and go to generators or hand them off to a lackey and hope that lackey delivers them to a generator without someone coming in, killing the lackey and freeing their teammate, or that when you hand them off to a lackey that the person in the cocoon is just going to have a knife and break out anyways. And again, once you do all of that cocooning, tossing, hooking up to all the generators, the timer is already probably pretty low in the match. People are going to have already used the resurrection machine most likely to come back and get cocooned again. You've wasted all that time. You've done all that, allowed for so many rescues when the person could have just been dead, all to trigger the Clown Apocalypse early, which still gives them their 30-second escape window when the Terenzi brothers or whatever crash into the wall of the map and allow for a 30 to 40-second escape for all the humans in the match. So you did all that for nothing. The same results as the end game anyways. Now, what does executing straight away give you? So if you just go up to someone with a popcorn bazooka, shoot them 2 or 3 times, they're dead. They're down on the ground. You can either just keep shotgunning them on the ground or doing whatever, hitting them with a mallet, or hold F or whatever the button is to do your execution. By the way, if you want to know all the execution timing windows, because you can save some time, I guess, as a Clown. I did the same thing for TCM, where they have executions in that game. I was like, which one's the fastest? Because some of these feel like 16 seconds, some of them feel like 7 seconds. That was true with TCM. This game, you're really only saving 4 seconds by doing the shortest animation one. really doesn't matter too much, but they're on screen if you want to know those values. I haven't unlocked the level 50 or 80 or level 100 animations yet, so these are just like the starting ones. Anyways, you kill the person, they're out of the match. No carrying them to cocoons, no doing any of that stuff. They definitely don't have a chance to get up or free themselves. The only way they can come back is the resurrection machine, which you're going to be guarding regardless if you cocoon people or if you kill them. And it's very easy to guard. You just cocoon it up. You can do it from long range with certain cotton candy weapons. And then every once in a while, you just press your F button and jump back over there. Land next to the machine and see if anyone's touched it. If it's still at 100% cotton candy, you know no one's found it yet. But it's pretty easy to guard it and patrol between certain like exits. So yeah, executing straight away has none of those negatives that I listed. No carrying, no doing any of that stuff. They're just dead. So how do we fix this mechanic in the game? How do we incentivize clowns to actually want to cocoon people up and not just go around killing them? Well, I came up with this on my first game playing the match. Actually, I thought this was how the mechanic would work before playing the game. But I think that when you cocoon people and hook them up to a generator, it should minus time off the top of the little timer bar, the whole match timer. You just hook someone up and then imagine the timer at the top just like red text comes out and it just goes like minus 30 or minus 20. Probably 20 would be more balanced. So every time you hook someone up to a generator, just minus 20 seconds, the match timer goes down. You're working towards that end game without having to get all 16 cocoons on generators to trigger the Clownpocalypse early. You're actually just working towards that goal of the Clownpocalypse regardless if you get all 16 or not. It's always minusing time off the match and triggering the apocalypse early. And it allows you to be even more rewarded instead of just being rewarded for that 16 cocoon total. So yeah, that in my opinion is the biggest problem with this game. It just doesn't feel like the objective is made correctly. It's kind of like when we played TCM for the first time and it was like, why do you have to turn on the generator at the beginning of the match? That makes no sense. It should already be locked down. There's no point of having to leave the house or whatever and go turn on the generator yourself. It just should be on by default. That's what this reminds me of. It's like that wasn't really thought of. There's two ways to end the game and one is just by far superior in every single aspect. But yeah, leave your thoughts on the topic down below in the comments. I want to hear from you. Do you guys still cocoon people? Or do you just straight up kill them? It's way easier if you use like the popcorn bazooka or whatever to just kill all the humans in the match. Let me know down below. Should you be more incentivized to actually cotton candy cocoon people? I forgot to record an outro for the video. Anyways, leave a like if you've been enjoying Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, and want to see more on the channel. Definitely comment your thoughts on these changes down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, would appreciate that a ton. And that's it for now. I'll probably be making a full-on feedback video very, very soon, because there are a lot of changes here. I still don't know what's coming day one in the day one patch, but there's a lot of changes here that I would really like to see, such as key bindings being added, the ability to leave a match once you actually escape so that you can keep your XP instead of having to wait the entire match out while someone camps inside of a dumpster. Stuff like that. So if you want to see a full feedback video, definitely let me know down below in the comments and leave your feedback for the game down there so I can refer to it for the full video coming very, very soon. That's it. See you guys in the next one.